It's the weekly breakdown.
Yes, it is.
24 with Jeff Gordon. So yeah, we got a new fucking table.
Yeah.
We're working on some new things. This table's not fucking put together.
All the way.
That's how we do it. And
Keep hearing my shit.
so yeah, we're gonna be talking about some Star Wars, some Apple Watches, Uncharted, whole bunch of cool shit. Let's get started. So let's start with Star Wars. So
Oh yes.
let's see. So Star Wars Rogue One has been revealed. That is the first standalone spin-off Star Wars movie, you can say. It comes out December 16th, 2016.
Live action.
Yeah, and the main character, I believe, is going to be a female, Felicity Jones.
Played Felicia Hardy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I don't remember this character in the Star Wars universe. I've never heard of this character in the Star
But
Wars
then again, remember, expanded universe. Doesn't count.
happening. Yeah, I know.
That film's being filmed this summer, and then Star Wars Episode 8 comes out May 26, 2017. J.J. Abrams is not going to be directing it. Instead, it'll be Rian Johnson.
Rain Johnson.
Keith, you're the fucking official bullshit.
I'm the fucking
checker.
bullshit checker.
Keith's new title.
Who's Rian Johnson?
Ryan Johnson. Keep talking, I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah. Anyways,
Did you say rain?
that's what I heard someone say. Rain. I could be wrong. I don't care. So my question is, cool.
I mean,
You're the biggest Star Wars fan here. Is this cool? Is a spin-off film cool?
I mean,
and with 7, Rogue One, and then 8 coming out within what, 2.5 years?
Yeah.
Actually,
Almost
a
about
year and a
about
half.
a year.
About a year and a half.
Oversaturation.
I wouldn't say oversaturation. I mean, I can see why Episode 8 is coming out when it is. That is, I don't remember the exact day of the month, but I believe Episode 4 originally came out in May of 1977. So 2017 would be the 50th anniversary.
That would be the 40th.
No, 2007. Oh yeah, it would be the 40th
It would be the
anniversary.
40th anniversary.
So 40th anniversary of the original release, that'd be cool. I can see that something happening. In terms of the spin-off, they've tried doing spin-off stuff before. They had a spin-off TV series based off the Ewoks.
I remember that now.
Didn't go all that well. It was kind of campy. I think it maybe lasted a season.
Well, I mean, it's Ewoks.
But that was,
can't.
I mean, this was years ago, though.
Yeah.
This was before I was around. They had the Christmas specials.
Yeah, it was
The infamous Christmas special, I'm sorry.
yeah.
But I'm okay with a standalone spin-off if they do it well. The fact that, again, and I've said this before, the fact that the whole expanded universe is now null and void, I'm not okay with, just because there's all of this stuff, all of these events that have built the Star Wars universe that fans have come to know and love, and they're just tossing it out the window.
I mean, there's probably going to be some hints of that. I mean, you can't. I mean, even if it even seems like they're tossing out the universe. I mean, out the window. It's like maybe Mara Jade or somebody could be.
I mean, Mara Jade could be cool to see in there, but I mean.
But then with Luke and them being so, I mean, introducing her, but then with Luke and them being so old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. So.
Ironically, Mara Jade is also a redhead.
But really quickly, just because I found it, Rian Johnson, director of stuff of like Brick.
Is it pronounced Brian?
I believe so.
Well, whoever said rain that I heard is a fucking idiot.
Alright.
Well, he did Looper, he did Brick, he's doing Star Wars Episode 8, and then he directed 2 episodes of Breaking Bad. That's kind of what he's
So he's
done.
pretty much a relative unknown.
Basically, which I mean is probably a good thing for somebody to get their start.
I mean, hey, Tyler mentioned this earlier. Even though he's never seen the damn movie, George Lucas did not direct Empire Strikes Back.
Which is the best one.
I mean, with Rogue being a spinoff, I've never heard of this character, but again, the expanded universe is gone. Could be interesting. We'll have to see.
I
Depending
guess
on what it's about.
I guess they're gonna start doing this Star Wars every year type thing, which I don't know could be interesting.
I mean, they're
really bringing Star Wars back in a big way.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, originally Episode 4 came out in '77. 5 came out in 80 or 81, and then I think it was 80. Might have been 81. Bullshit checker, check that for me.
Bullshit, keep going.
And Revenge of the it's not Revenge of the Jedi.
80.
Return of the Jedi was about 2 years after Empire Strikes Back.
Well, that was 80, so...
It was, I think it was 82 for Return of the Jedi.
83.
83.
83
Alright.
is Return of the Jedi.
So about 3 years between.
Which is crazy to think about nowadays, because
How
people like would freak the fuck out if they had to wait another 3 years.
But here's the thing, back
And
then there was a lot more work, like physical work involved in making these movies.
Now you can just CG.
Yeah, CG. But I do like what J.J. Abrams is doing with Episode 7, mixing the old style of the building the sets and building the props.
That little like R2D2 thing that was in that trailer for
Yeah.
Episode 7, I didn't know that was real.
Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
thing.
Like that's not. I thought that was CG.
I think the cool
The
thing.
bottom part was CG.
I think the cool thing about that is that he's kind of doing it where it makes sense. Whereas like the X-wings
Yeah.
are
built, but the scenes around them are CG.
yeah, like it makes
Like
sense.
That's cool.
You're not completely doing what George Lucas did and gutting, what made the original trilogy so
cool,
so beloved by fans for obviously 3 generations. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Almost
So
for it.
Almost 4, yeah.
I'm interested in this stuff. I feel like Episode 7 is just gonna be fucking nuts. What's gonna make more money, Avengers: Age of Ultron or Star Wars Episode 7?
I mean, I think
It's gonna be close. Either
because
way.
I think probably I would have to say Star Wars because Star Wars has probably a
Yeah.
larger following than the Avengers. I mean, Star Wars isn't just a great sci-fi movie. That's just a great piece of movie history. Whereas the
Yeah.
Avengers is
Great
al-
movie.
It's great, but it's still a little niche in
Yeah.
a way. Whereas
And
though they're branching out, but still you kind of have to have a like for that kind of stuff in
Yeah.
order to watch them.
look at the trailers. Everyone was excited about the Age of Ultron trailers, but people blew up over the Star Wars trailers.
It's not even a full trailer; it's a teaser.
Yeah,
As far as
it was
stuff.
it was just a teaser, and people were just going out of their
Like
minds
flame wars.
about
I've
it.
never seen so much hate spewed over the internet.
Over
in
the
like such a
fucking
short,
lightsaber.
in
over
such
one
a sh-
fucking over
That's
like
crazy.
In
one
a-
2-second thing.
in like a 3-second clip. Just
Yeah.
everybody just lost their fucking.
So
mind.
and again, there are 3, almost 4 generations of fans that are going to be able to go see Star Wars.
It's true. So, Sam, you interested in this? You're not a
I
Star
don't
Wars
know. I
fan.
don't really like Star Wars that much.
You don't understand why it's called Star Wars.
I feel like we should sit down and do that video where I explain Star Wars to people.
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Alright, moving on. Uncharted 4, Thieves' End, the biggest PlayStation 4 exclusive. It was supposed to come out this fall, but has been pushed to spring 2016.
I like Frank's theory.
Good move.
I mean, a good move for games in general, bad move for Sony. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see what you're saying there.
I disagree with you on that. Because they probably don't care. They're looking at it and being like, we're still destroying the competition and we have no exclusives. Well, there's some, obviously, but not that must-have exclusives. So they're probably like, it doesn't matter.
And-
we're still going to sell a shitload of systems. So I don't think it's a bad move for Sony.
And
I
it gives
just
them
think
time to
maybe.
actually just fix little things with the game. Just give it that extra couple months.
I mean, The Last of Us, Naughty Dog said, they delayed The Last of Us by like a month or something. They said that was the difference from making that game an 8 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 that it ended up being. I really don't care.
I mean,
they can take it as long as they want. And they put it out in the spring. Everybody's going to avoid Uncharted 4 because they know it's going to be a behemoth of a release. They're not going to want to release around it pretty much. So it's going to sell. It's going to have huge marketing by itself. It's not going to be in the crowded holiday season.
and I like Frank's theory.
So
It's getting out of the way of Fallout 4.
could be. Who knows?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as I say, even though I highly doubt it because Uncharted's pretty big, what if there's just something even bigger that is on the inside people know is coming?
Yeah.
But like,
Uncharted 5.
gotta make way. Uncharted 5's gotta come out first, and then
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like from a development standpoint, it's a great move. Gives them, like you said, gives them a little extra time, that little extra polish.
And what's his name? Bruce Straley, I think. He's one of the directors on Uncharted 4. Commented saying that they want to take as much time. They said that this game turned out to be much more ambitious than they thought, and they want to take time to make Nathan Drake the conclusion to his story as best as possible, which makes you really think this is probably the last Uncharted game.
Maybe
This will be my first Uncharted game.
I'm fine with that though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is the possibility of doing it with another protagonist if they really wanted to go down that route. But I mean, yeah.
But I don't think they should. Like,
I mean,
Nathan Drake is Uncharted.
I don't think they should either. But I mean, I'm just saying. There is the very small slight possibility.
His son,
like
20 years in the future.
With fucking what's your face?
There are times that series should just end. Like Call of Duty should just stop for a while.
But Call of Duty's not based on the story, so you know what I mean. Like, of course.
But even still, like, man, that's true.
So it's like, but like Uncharted is very story.
Yeah.
I mean, when I hear people talk about Uncharted, and again, I don't know, there was a multiplayer in 3, wasn't there?
There was, but I mean, people don't really.
That's what I mean.
The multiplayer was supposedly good in 2.
People don't really talk about the multiplayer. When people talk about Uncharted, they're talking about the story.
Yeah, it's just like The Last of Us. It has great multiplayer, but people talk about the story. They
And
don't really
like
talk
people
about
are
the
calling
multiplayer.
for a Last of Us sequel, but I'm like, no, like let this be.
Yeah.
Let it be what it is.
Yeah. You have any thoughts, Sam?
Um,
I know. Aren't you're waiting for like Uncharted and those type of games to get a PlayStation 4, right?
yeah.
So does this delay you maybe getting one?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I still kind of want to play Assassin's Creed Unity, but I don't know if I'm gonna like buy a PlayStation 4 just for Assassin's Creed and get mad about like jumping around and building the building and stuff. I like those games, but I hate jumping around. But I mean, I don't have any.
There
like,
are a lot of other
any
like
new
good little
opinions on it.
games I think you'd like on the PS4.
Yeah, you've played the Uncharted games, so how do you feel about this being the last one? Do you think?
They should call it Charted. That's the only I'm gonna try this. It's Charted.
Yeah. So.
They're gonna have one for his kids and just make a side game called Sully and
Yeah, maybe.
you just comb your mustache. It's for the Wii U.
Yeah. So anyways, so gotta wait even longer, but if it makes a better game, I don't really care. So moving on, Respawn Entertainment, who made Titanfall, confirmed that Titanfall 2 is in the works right now, and it is multi-platform. It is for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC.
That's cool.
And they said that they're really going to focus on expanding the lore of the game.
Which means, does that mean story? Does it mean, probably not. But.
I don't know, because in the interview with, I forget the fucking guy, Vince Zampella, is that his name?
Well, who's he?
Well, he's the one that left, that had that fallout with Infinity Ward.
Oh, okay. Give me something. I'll tell you.
But, yeah, check it, bullshit guy.
Yeah, I got
He said that, like,
Vincent Pella.
he would not change Titanfall as it is now. So, like, I think it still might be just a multiplayer only game.
Maybe if they make it a little bit better in terms of incorporating matches. Like, the thing that I think is the big problem with Titanfall story is that there's so very little variation in the game types itself. It makes every single match seem the same, and it doesn't actually put, like...
And it doesn't matter which team wins.
No.
So,
Yeah.
So, like, if it mattered, and it was, like, this really complex thing, and it's like, hey, you know, we have lots of game modes, and you get to play a lot of the game modes, and hey, this is how we introduce you to this map.
And
it's
hey,
like,
here's an actual story. Like,
I mean, there's a story.
You don't have to try to pay attention to what's going on during the match.
yeah, like, maybe have more stuff in between matches.
Or actually have some sort of campaign.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see, I can see why they don't.
But it could be interesting.
I can see where they come from, why they don't
Like,
put a story.
Use a
because-
pilot. Go in, hijack an enemy like this group's Titan.
Yeah, but then when you look at it, you know, these are the guys who worked on last Call of Duty they worked on was Modern Warfare 2. And if you look at Modern Warfare 2, that was really the start of where a lot of people were not caring about the campaign as much
Yeah.
as, and so they're looking at that and they're like, nobody cares about campaigns. People really, I mean, a lot of people really like Modern Warfare 2 because of the multiplayer. So it's like,
I like Titanfall, and I think it's fun. I think if it comes out with the content that Titanfall has now, plus more, plus better game mechanics and all kinds of stuff, this game's going to live or die by its content, because that's what was wrong with Titanfall in the first place. It was they were charging $60 for a game that did not really have that much content, and I feel that if this game comes out with a fucking shitload of content and they do DLC maybe in a cool way.
Well, even in terms of content,
Cool.
I just bought the DMC for PS4, the remaster. It's got everything for $40.
Yeah.
so I mean, something that they could do is just expand game modes. I mean,
Or just have different game modes besides attrition and whatever it was.
yeah, or
I mean, they have a shitload now.
I mean, there's
But
shit
there's
like-
still, it's like Call of Duty. It's just different variations on Team Deathmatch.
yeah, like
You know,
introduce something where it's like, oh, you have
Like
to
a
hold,
King
you have to
of the
hold the
Hill?
Titan. You have to hold you have to hold this Titan
Yeah.
for longer than the other team, and so there's
Or-
like set Titan spawns. And
I
you
think
play
it would
with
be
that.
cool too if, like, during like just a change up attrition or something, your team lost. You have to have somebody go back to get up on the ship, go to the area to pick up your teammates, and then fly off. So there's a lot more strategy in it or something.
Yeah.
That could be kind of cool, and just like fall back, we're fucking dying. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm kind of I'm excited. I don't know. They're going to have to impress me from the start. I
I'm
really like
intrigued.
Titanfall, but I bought it for $12,
Yeah.
which I think is just a mind-blowing value, because it is a fun game. It's just needs more fucking meat on its bone.
Yeah.
But it's cool that it's multi-platform.
It needs to get fatter.
So
What else for gaming stuff do you have? Because I mean, I did have one more or two
Well,
things I wanted to mention. So I'll let you go.
I have nothing else for gaming.
From gaming? Okay. They announced a bunch more of Mortal Kombat.
Well, I do have one more thing. We'll get to that.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat X characters. They announced Jason Voorhees is going to be a Mortal Kombat character, which is cool because the last one they had Freddy Krueger.
Isn't he immortal?
Yeah.
So it would work with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Ha.
Well, I mean, I
And
guess
then
technically with the Scorpion.
They technically announced Johnny Cage is going to be back.
Of course. How can you have a Mortal Kombat without Johnny Cage?
Well, they put it off for a long time, and they had, they have Sonya. No, fuck, what's his daughter's name?
Sonya.
So his daughter's name. No, don't click. But video game news. Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
I mean, I have a bunch of video game news here.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I just think that's interesting that they're putting out like a bunch of, like they're still announcing characters. I think they have 24 confirmed characters, and they're not done yet.
Well, I mean, Smash had almost 50.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I think for a fighter like Mortal Kombat, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
like, because they're going back and they're bringing like a lot of old school people, like Goro, the guy that you can get from pre-ordering at GameStop. Like he's like an old school Mortal Kombat guy who hasn't been in games.
They'll probably have Rain and.
Yeah, they do. No Noob Saibot though. They have all the variations.
No
of,
noob combo.
They have Ermac and Reptile. And
So they have all
Scorpion.
the ninjas basically.
They have all the ninjas except for Noob Saibot. They don't have him. So
Okay.
it's
That
interesting.
one looks like an interesting topic. Why is killing...
Such a central content game. Dude, the one that I laughed on this list was
I don't
the
mind talking about this.
video games breast physics issues. Sure.
Jiggle physics.
So that's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. So, moving on to the top 10 best-selling games of February.
Okay.
What is number one?
Can I guess? Majora's Mask.
I was gonna say Majora's Mask. That's probably.
Probably Call of Duty.
Majora's Mask.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Number two.
People were going nuts over that. Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
Evolve?
Call of Duty.
Involved.
Evolve. With sold best on the Xbox One. Number three.
Dying Light.
Yes.
Ha!
Sold best on PS4. What's number four?
Call of Duty.
Yes. Obviously, we sold best on Xbox One. It's number five.
Minecraft.
No.
Destiny.
Minecraft is on here.
Destiny.
No.
Walking Dead?
No.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
No.
Dragon Age?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Sold best on PS4. What about 6?
Minecraft.
Destiny.
No.
I'm just gonna keep-
Destiny is not on one.
Destiny's on this? Oh, I'm surprised. Okay.
Mortal
Dragon Age?
Kombat X.
No.
It's not even out.
NBA 2K15.
Okay.
Number 7. This one's actually kind of surprising.
The Order.
The order's on here, but not number 7.
The first Sims game.
No.
Minecraft. Call of Duty.
You already said Call of Duty.
Dragon Ball.
Last time it was on those
Oh,
top
Xenoverse is actually in the top 10.
Xenoverse.
I mean, then again, I say that and then
You
I
tried to
get
find a copy tonight and you couldn't, so.
So maybe that's it.
That's just kind of surprising me. I didn't think it was that popular. Number 8.
Sports Science
Minecraft.
with John Dingus.
Yeah. Minecraft. Dude, I wish they made that. That'd be incredible.
Me too, thanks.
Number 9.
Monster Hunter?
No.
Order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, that's kind of surprising if you ask me. I don't know if it's surprising that I thought it was going to be a little higher, or if I'm surprised that it's even on here. I don't know.
I'm going to stream my playthrough of that.
Finally, number 10.
I'm going to say that's Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Because
Which,
I
that's
had to
surprising
find
me,
it at Just Press Play, but you can't find it at GameStop anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of surprising. I guess, that series is getting more and more popular, so. Especially over here. So let's move on to some technology really quick.
Here we go.
The Apple Watch comes out April 24th. It'll be $350
Crap.
or
watch.
$10,000.
For the solid gold one.
Yeah.
Not
The
solid
battery
gold,
life
18
for this thing is 18 hours, and the thing has like Wi-Fi, heart sensors, Bluetooth, gyroscopes.
What the fuck is the point?
Will this be a success?
I mean, that's the funny thing. It's Apple, so it'll probably sell well because
People will buy because people love sucking the dick of Apple.
People love the Apple name. That's really it. I mean, it's cool. I don't know if it's the time for something like that. I can see because I know people are wanting to go into like James Bond mode and talking to your watch.
It's
and
an
stuff
interesting
like that.
concept, and I get what they're eventually shooting for. But yeah, like he said, now it's not the time. I want an Omni tool, damn it.
Do you think anything?
I don't know.
Do you think this is going to be successful?
Can it tell time?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alright, then yeah.
To me,
if it's
you
a
have-
watch, it should be able to tell time.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if you have $10,000, you might as well buy like a really, really nice watch that doesn't have a battery life of 18 hours.
Yeah. If I'm spending $10,000 on a watch, I'm buying a really nice fucking watch.
Yeah. I don't know if there is a place for a watch like this right now. Like he said, I just don't know if it's the time. I mean, people have their phones on.
I mean, you can
all
like,
the time.
like if you know someone else has an Apple Watch, you can like write on the you can write hi on the screen by sliding your finger, and it'll do that on the other person's watch when you send it to them.
I mean, okay, cool,
But,
but like, why?
Like, there's a lot of gimmicky stuff.
I can't just.
I
see.
it.
I'm looking at a lot of things here about it. It's
Yeah,
it says what?
Like-
April 24th is when it's available. You said that.
If you need to send a message more than 2 letters,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no
There's a
keyboard.
There's a sport edition, so I guess maybe there's so that you can run with it. It's
Yeah,
probably
I mean-
it's probably not best to run with the main thing. And then the only other thing I see here that's interesting is, which I kind of guessed, was that it's you have to have an iPhone 5 or later in order for it to work with.
Yeah.
It won't work with an iPhone 4, or so you have to have an iPhone 5, 5C, 5S, 6, or 6 Plus in order for it to work.
Interesting. I think just the Apple name is going to be the only thing to sell this thing.
Because I mean, smartwatches up until this point haven't
Some
done
don't.
well.
Yeah.
They haven't
Exactly.
done shit.
I mean, they tried with that one commercial with Kristen Bell and
Yeah.
Dak, what's his face, over Christmas. That was like everywhere.
Max Shepard.
Dak Shepard. That's
Now, like, if they start doing like stuff like projecting onto like my forearm or and stuff like that.
yeah, so you can have like a keyboard there. Like,
Yeah.
sure, why not? But like,
But until we start reaching the area of Omni tools, what's the point?
Yeah. That'd be cool. Let's move on to Mayhem Festival. So it's I think this news broke today. So it is rumored.
Someone better fix it.
Oh!
So, Mayhem Festival is like the biggest, metal rock tour of the summer. And it's always fun to speculate who's going to be on the tour each year, but it is pretty much heavily rumored that Slayer, King Diamond, The Devil Wears Prada, Hell Yeah, Whitechapel, and Die Hard is Murder is on the tour. Also, it has been confirmed that Victory Records has a stage again. So, you know, these bands that have been announced, is that awesome? And who would be good on Mayhem Festival?
I'm looking at a thing here where it's saying that a lot of rumors are like All That Remains is rumored.
I can see that.
Some people were throwing out, oh, it's going to be Linkin Park. I'm like, I don't see that. But
I really don't.
I mean,
have
maybe
all
if
that much
they're trying to get
interest
a radio rock band, but then
They could be on Uproar, probably.
yeah, I'd say Uproar.
Like, I've only ever heard of The Devil Wears Prada because of you guys. I've never actually heard any of their music.
Yeah.
I've never heard of White
Diamond
Diamond.
Horizon.
Makes me wonder, you know, the Devil Wears Prada's on there. I hope that they're not on the main stage. You know, to me they're like like a headline the side stage type of band, just because you can get closer to them. The crowd would be
And they're
fucking nuts.
They're probably
and
a
fun.
bigger band for a side stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're big enough to probably headline a side stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could see
Well, out of that group,
you
who would
know,
headline?
probably Slayer. Slayer's the biggest of them all.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I don't know, is Slayer big enough to draw as much as
They used
what
to.
it's like Slipknot or Avenged Sevenfold? Or
Well, they
Rob
paying?
Zombie?
Will they even draw the crowd like
Well,
the
it's-
crowds they used to?
Because Slayer, I don't know.
I mean-
Slayer's never actually headlined this festival. They've always been like second to last.
If the rest of the lineup was well rounded,
Yeah.
They could
I
probably-
mean, I think King Diamond could draw a lot just because
He's King
it's
Diamond.
fucking King Diamond, and he's been like away for an eternity.
I've never
And
even
he's
heard
like
of it, so.
he's like a fucking legendary
Metal
person in
person.
metal, pioneering so many different things.
So like,
Uh,
I mean, maybe headlining,
Yeah.
and then again Slayer getting stuck with the second to last spot, like because also the only thing is that Slayer's lost like I mean they lost half their band, so I mean that's gonna probably
No.
put some people off.
Breaking news: I know who's headline.
Who?
Mega Dave.
Mega Dave.
See, they're not big enough to headline either. I don't think King Diamond's big enough to headline. I think Slayer's more popular.
Slayer's
than
probably
King
the most
Diamond.
likely to.
But King Diamond's definitely good enough to me to be like a second to last band, in my opinion. Because yeah, I mean he is fucking popular as shit.
Yeah.
Whitechapel, cool. I mean they're always fun to see. They'll have energy going to them. I mean, I hope they just don't play a lot of their new stuff. Die Artist Murder always puts on an incredible show. They are one of the most pissed off bands that you could see. But yeah, like, who do you guys want to see on the festival?
I mean, I'd love to see System of a Down on there again. Maybe you see them because I mean I hear they're a pretty fun band to see live. I mean, I'd be interested maybe in. I'm actually trying to think of who would.
I think
I think another Slipknot would be, but I mean, I don't know if it's too soon since the last one for them. To
well, they're also doing their own summer tour this
True.
year.
So,
I think a fantastic headlining band, and they're working on a new album right now, could be Tool.
That would be a great headline.
That would be incredible. I just
And
don't know if they would do it.
they could pull the crowd.
I also
Yeah.
think an incredible headlining band could be Judas Priest. Imagine Judas Priest, Slayer, King Diamond opening, you know, and then whatever band opening up. It'd probably be Hell Yeah. That would be one of the best main stages that they've ever put together.
Yeah, that'd be fucking.
Just throw Tool on there as the headliner for the festival. And
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be
there's a
cool.
lot
I
of
mean,
cool bands.
yeah, I mean,
I wish Victory Records would not do it. Victory Records does not have that many great bands, in my opinion. Let me take that back. Just because it's my opinion, of course, I don't think there's a lot of great bands. I just don't feel that just looking at the bands, that they're very Mayhem-like material. You know, because they have like bands like Amir and those type of bands. So I just don't feel like they fit. I feel it would be more cooler to have like a Nuclear Blast stage, because there's a lot of cool metal bands that from worldwide that could really probably draw a good crowd. I'm not sure if Sumerian Records is doing it again. I hope they don't either. I mean, they have some cool bands that could fit. It's just their stage is on the fucking ground all the time.
and
Like
they got
a tent. You know, it's just
Did some
not
guy
good.
climb up on the tent when you were watching them the one year?
Betraying the martyrs,
Yeah,
right?
whatever singer, the singer like climbed up on the thing or whatever,
Yeah.
yelling about stuff.
Who do you want to see on it? Or who do you think would be good for it?
Nirvana reunion. Metallica.
They could pay him enough to do that. I don't even think fucking places like the
Alter
Wells Fargo
Bridge.
Center.
Alter Bridge on that.
That could be
Winds
fun.
of Plague.
Anthrax.
Kill Switch.
Anthrax
Engage.
would be cool.
Anthrax would be cool to see again. See them have one there. That'd be cool. I mean, it'd just be cool to see Anthrax again.
Alleviate. Nah, they probably wouldn't fit the Mayhem mold.
Who'd you say?
Kill Switch Engage would be kind of cool.
That would be really good,
Lamb of God.
actually.
Lamb
Lamb
of
of
God.
God's touring with Slipknot, so they won't be on.
Well,
They are a great Mayhem band, though. I feel that they would be awesome.
That's how we die.
a Woven War.
So-
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Guar.
Too.
Well, that's a poor taste.
In Search of Reason.
In Search of
God,
Penis.
do you remember that band?
No.
Literally, every song was exactly the same. They did that, like, jumpy.
Yeah.
Maybe actually put Behemoth on this year and have him stay on.
That'd be cool. Actually, Behemoth's going on hiatus, actually.
Oh, shit.
So,
What about Skeleton Witch?
They can get the Black Dahlia Murder. They should be putting out an album, working on something.
We're just getting ideas off of Tyler's fucking poetry here.
Yeah,
that
Seven
would be
guys.
sick.
I'm just hate breed.
Yeah.
Pierce the veil.
Also, it is
Black
it is
Sabbath.
pretty
Pierce
much
the veil,
confirmed, going on to a different summer tour, that Arch Enemy is headlining Summer Slaughter tour.
Ooh.
They always Summer Slaughter tour always teases on their Facebook. They'll type in like a song name of a band, and that'll basically be like the way they confirm a band. And they typed in what's that song? You Will Know My Name. So, yeah. Anyways, that's fun stuff. Let's move on to
Breaking
the
Bad.
last
It's actually
headline.
Breaking Bad. Heisenberg's gonna headline.
Yeah. Let's move on to the last headline here.
Who?
The NFL.
Breaking Bad. Heisenberg. Walter White.
Yeah.
Whatever the guy. I forget. Brian Cranston. Why I say Paul Cranston? Brian Cranston.
Is he the ball guy?
Yeah, he's a ball guy.
He's in Godzilla.
Yeah, he's a
For
guy.
like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
NFL free agency. We talked about this a little bit more last week, but there's so much more that happened. I just want to have a more
This whole free agency has been just
open
like
discussion.
everybody is just like going everywhere now. People that we didn't think would leave certain teams are leaving, going elsewhere,
Yeah.
and just it's been a whirlwind free agency.
Yeah. The Eagles have gutted every player that was good. They got
Pretty
rid of
much.
Nick Foles. Nick Foles is with the Rams. They got Sam Bradford. DeMarco Murray's now with the Eagles. Who else?
Kiko
was
Alonso
big?
is now with the Eagles.
What's his name?
Byron
Sue.
Mack.
How do you say his fucking name?
Dominican
Dominican
Sue.
Sue.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh. He's with the Dolphins. I can't say that.
The Eagles also signed Byron Maxwell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think some quarterback, Cam Newton, guy for the Panthers, was doing the press conference one time and kept calling him Donkey Kong Sue.
He is as big as Donkey Kong.
Yeah. No one knows where the hell Adrian Peterson is going to end up.
Hopefully
There
in
was,
jail.
I mean, they might still grab him.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say he wants to play for the Cowboys. I heard that. So, I mean, if
Yeah.
the stigma of having him on the team doesn't
Jerry,
scare
you
him
think
away.
Jerry's going to go for that, though?
Jerry?
I don't think Jerry cares.
That's true. Jerry's just like, I'm just going to count my money and just throw it out here.
Yeah, I mean,
Jerry
I can
Seinfeld?
see, yeah, Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
What's the deal with Adrian Peterson?
I can see that. I mean,
Teams have been gutted this off season.
Cowboys basically.
Not just the the Cowboys basically stayed the same.
Except for Murray, which they got. Who'd they get? I forget already. What was the guy they got from the
Darren
Raiders?
McFadden?
Darren McFadden from the Raiders.
I saw the Patriots lost their cornerbacks.
Oh, Jarrell
Two.
Revis. He went to the Jets.
Yeah.
And then
I'm surprised Revis went to the Jets.
Browner?
Yeah,
Browner's gone.
The other cornerback that they had left.
Did they pay that guy that got the fucking interception in the Super Bowl? They should pay him a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good. I think he just made.
I don't
one
think
play
so. They
ever.
should give him like $1 more.
he was $1.
Yeah. Like, which team
Kerry
has
Williams went to
made...
the Seahawks.
Which... Fucking Jimmy Graham's on the Seahawks. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Which team has made the best moves? Do you think?
I mean, I would be obligated to maybe say the Eagles, but then again, they traded like
They traded away
a lot of their good characters, a lot of their good players, and good characters.
Well, not just trade away. They cut a lot. They cut a lot of people too. Like,
Isn't that what happened a few years ago when they signed a bunch of people and they sucked?
Yeah, they signed once that cornerback. He's not even.
Namdi Awesome.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
like not even good.
I remember that.
Oshawa?
But I do.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oshawa.
yeah, he kind of sucked.
But like,
I don't know. I want to see what happens during the draft. Because I think right now everyone's like, okay, this was a crazy free agency, but everyone's gearing up for the draft.
yeah, I think though, I'm trying to think of a team probably made the best moves. I'm not sure.
I mean,
I don't know of a whole
sit
lot of teams
here.
that really made a lot of like ridiculous moves though. Besides
Well, I mean,
the
like,
Eagles.
I could be a fucking stereotypical fanboy and be like, the Cowboys made the best move by not getting rid of anybody.
But here's the
keeping
thing:
Dennis.
they had a pretty solid team.
I mean, I
The
think
only thing they need is a defense. If they got a defense, that's all they need.
I think the Seahawks made a fantastic move by getting Jimmy Graham. He could, the Seahawks don't have that one big name receiver since they got rid of Percy Harvin. So if Jimmy Graham wasn't the best last year, I don't think with the Saints, but
it's like
he
put him
could
with,
be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put him with like Russell Wilson.
The best thing that happened was out of the whole NFL is they re-signed Marshawn Lynch. That's probably the best thing any team could do.
They didn't even give him as much money as the Eagles gave DeMarco Murray.
Actually, speaking of that, I totally called that happening.
Oh yeah, I did too. I saw
So
that
I was
coming
like,
a while ago.
like the day the Eagles let LaShawn McCoy go, I was like, all right, watch, does the Eagles make a move for Murray now? And
Murray
look
did
what
good
happened.
for the Eagles.
Yeah.
he's
DeMarco wanted to come play for Chippy Kelly.
yeah. But I mean, the Eagles don't have because part of the reason Murray did really well was the Cowboys' offensive line, which
But
I
here's the
mean,
thing, the Eagles' offensive line was not healthy for almost the entire season last year.
that's what I mean. Who knows? I mean.
Now, granted, the Eagles' offensive line is getting older.
Yeah, so I mean, that could hurt him.
They do have some younger players that are coming up for the offensive line.
So
The Cincinnati Bengals.
they
But
the
didn't
Super Bowl champions next
Did you
year.
see that-
Actually, time out.
Didn't-
Sorry, I just want to say one more thing. Andy Luck getting Andre Johnson and
that might be
Frank
one of the
Gore.
best moves.
Frank Gore.
And
Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Colts, man.
And
So we're gonna say
Andy Luck's getting a team around him now.
the two things, the Cleveland Browns changed their logo. Did you see that? They went from like orange to a slightly darker orange.
Which never made
Seriously.
sense to me.
Who did get? They got that one quarterback, Josh
Army.
McCown. Yes.
Speaking of him, he used to play for the Bears. The Bears said they're not trading Jay Cutler. He's going to be their quarterback next year. They're going to tear it up.
Gonna be cool.
Well, actually, the Browns let
Smoke
Hoyer go.
Jay.
Who?
So, yeah, the Browns let Hoyer go.
Did they?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he plays for some other team now. I don't know who.
Oh, wow.
So who knows
He
who
plays for his own
Cleveland's fucking quarterback is going to be.
It's probably gonna be Josh McCown because Manziel's
It's going to be
fucking
but
rehab.
Janny football.
Yeah.
If he's out of rehab.
Yeah. So, I mean, NFL free agency's been pretty exciting. I think it'd be fun to have a discussion about the draft when we get closer to the draft, for sure.
Famous Jameis the Rapist. See what team he's going to go to. Place bets.
Yeah.
Not actual money, because I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll have to fucking do that when we get closer to that. Which draft? Like what? April 30th?
End
So
of
it's like
April.
So like a little
Something
month,
like
little over a month away.
Yeah. So cool stuff. All right. Let's move on to some quickie topics. Little quickie hand jobs.
Little quickies.
PlayStation 4's 2.50 firmware update's going to add suspend and resume. Accessibility features, basically, if you have disabilities, they're just making it easier for you to play games, which is cool. Some backup storage options, not external storage, just backing it up to like the cloud, kind of. Facebook friend search. Remote play and share play are going to be able to do 60 frames per second now, which makes me laugh because no game can do 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4 anyways. Trophy improvements. If you put a game in, you didn't get any trophies, you can now delete that game if you have 0%. And also, I'm not very big up on this feature. Every time you get a trophy, the PS4 will automatically take a screenshot of it. And
you can turn that off,
also,
I'll be alright with it.
Yeah.
yes, because that'll just take up too much space. And also, you can share video clips to Daily Motion.
Why not? Right?
Why don't you just let me send video clips through like messages on there too?
I think you can. Can you?
You can only send screenshots as far as I know.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Why don't you add the ability to let me go hidden while online?
Yeah. Or hey, let me know when my friends are online.
Yeah. Just a couple of small things like that I really want. But I mean, this is a cool update. Spend and resume could be really cool. Adding those accessibility features are cool. So
Enable more people to play more games.
yeah,
I'm always down for that.
So that's cool. Some release dates and new games are coming out. Final Fantasy XIV's Heaven's Ward is coming to the PS4, PS3, PC. It's its expansion June 23rd. Goat Simulator is coming to Xbox One and 360 this April. So that's I don't know if
You're gonna be a goat.
You can be a goat.
Be
You can
fun.
become Demon Goat.
Yeah.
Sacrifice it to the Lord Satan and then
Yeah.
become a Demon Goat.
Yeah. Air Mech Arena is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Woo.
Mechs.
Etrian Odyssey 2 is coming to 3DS this summer. Sega and Game Freak are releasing a game. Game Freak being the people that develop Pokemon.
Yeah.
Making a
called
blade game.
Tembo and Tembo the Badass Elephant.
And it's bloody. It's a bloody as shit game. I've seen
I'm
clips of it.
okay with that. Hey, I'm okay with that title.
Which is just interesting that it's coming from Game Freak. I guess they just get tired of making Pokemon. every
Well, I
once
mean,
in a
they're
while.
already making animals fight each other, so I mean.
Yeah, they gotta fucking do something. That's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Level 5 is rumored to be making a PS4 exclusive. They developed.
What about the first 4 levels?
They developed Ni no Kuni for the PS3.
Ah.
So and they'll be revealing their new game, but they also confirmed that they're making Fantasy Life 2 and a new Professor Layton game. Are you stoked on Fantasy Life 2?
Yeah,
I know
sure.
you like Fantasy Life, so
Pretty good game.
yeah.
There's some improvements they can make on it.
Like what?
Pretty good. It's just, I don't know, just make it a little more interesting in some ways. It gets a little bit dull after a while if you want to sit down and be like, yeah, I want to play like all day. Like it's not a game I can play all day. I have to take breaks from it. That's
Yeah.
just me though.
I mean, I did hear that is a good game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, good game. Good
so
game.
good game.
Oh, that's my
Mortal Kombat X on the 360 and PS3 has been delayed until the summer. They should
You know, I
What's
just,
the point?
they
you know,
should just
fix it.
cancel them.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know they were making it for the 360 and PS3 until I was told it was
Yeah,
delayed.
but the PS4, Xbox One, PC versions are still on track for.
But see, that almost makes sense to me. As long as they're making games for, PS3 and Xbox 360, that basically just tells me they're not being held back by the PS3 and
Yeah,
Xbox
and it's being
360.
developed by a high voltage studio, so completely different studios handling that.
Same thing with Rise of
So-
Tomb Raider. Rise of Tomb Raider is
Yeah.
being made completely different from
Yeah.
a different studio on the 360.
Yeah, so that's cool. Project Cars has been delayed for like the third time until May 2015. There you go. Homefront Revolution's been delayed till 2016,
That sucks.
which
because-
it doesn't surprise me though, because that game was in development hell with Crytek UK basically having all those problems like not paying their employees. Deep Silver basically had to pry the license away from Crytek. So the game's on track now, but I guess they just need to delay it
But
because of all those
Wasn't
problems.
the original Homefront just like not that good to begin with?
I liked
I
it.
heard it was okay.
I liked it. It was cool. I mean, it's in a way the multiplayer is very Battlefield-esque. I would say, but the story was really short. But the story was actually kind of different. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
this
it was a
one-
breath of fresh air storyline.
This one sounds a lot more interesting. It's set in Philadelphia, which
Okay.
is cool because no game has been set in
I
Philadelphia.
think the first one was set in like New York. No, it was set in DC. Do you know what? I don't know.
Which game?
Didn't that even
Homefront. I don't know if you've played that. Isn't it like North Korea invades the United States?
North Korea invades the United
Wasn't
States.
that game that had that soundtrack with a bunch of metal bands on it and stuff doing covers? The front of it is this guy with like a thing around his eyes, like a blindfold. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
American. Yep.
The Ghost Inside covered
Yeah, they did
some
do that. Yeah. I remember Oceania.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah,
And
I do remember
there's
that.
a bunch of bands like Casey Shane covered War Pigs or whatever it was.
they did. I do.
I don't remember
that.
hearing any of that.
I think that's where As I Lay Dying covered Electric Eye for Priest. I completely forgot about that. But yeah. Destiny's next update is going to add more vault space.
That's cool.
So
I mean, I'm not running out of space. I'm not running out of space right now.
I've never used the vault once.
The main reason I'm starting to use it now is because I've reached, until we start doing raids, I've reached max level with my armor. So I have another character, so I'm just moving materials back and forth between characters. So
Yeah.
that's my main reason.
Yeah, so I mean that's cool. And Microsoft has announced a Halo the Master Chief Collection Xbox One bundle for $350. It's your standard 500 gig.
But you don't get a physical copy. That's the only thing that pisses me off.
Digital only, and that's a 80 gigabyte game.
Yeah, it's 500 gigabyte on a 500 gigabyte hard drive.
And then you don't get
That's
all
1/5. That's 1/5 of your hard drive.
Basically,
But-
364 gigabytes.
because you don't get all 500, just like you don't get all 500 on a PS4.
I don't know
Yeah.
what fucking operating system is 46 gigabytes.
Like
Yeah.
Windows
36.
takes up almost no hard drive space
Like,
on a computer.
and it doesn't take that much up, which is ridiculous. But yeah. So I know you guys were excited about that. And by the way, they did a update for Halo Master Chief Collection, and it works now. We were playing earlier. It's much
Except for Big
faster.
Team.
Except for
Big Team.
It had problems every once in a while, but other than that, it's very speedy. I've probably played more matches,
Now,
the past 2 times I played it than I did the entire time. So cool. And it seemed like the matchmaking is a little bit more balanced too. The matches were a lot closer. And
Yeah.
stuff,
It wasn't
so.
like losing like 20 to 50.
Yeah.
It was more like losing like.
Yeah. So if you
30
gave
to
up
50.
on that game,
Don't give
get
up.
back into it.
Get back.
Yeah.
Come back. Baby, come back.
You can take it all on me.
So, alright. Moving on to some music. This one's kind of fucking weird. Slipknot's Mick Thompson got in a fight with his brother while they were both drunk, and his brother stabbed him in the head. What do you guys think of this?
I have a question, but I can't.
He's
answer
alright,
it
right?
Because it's going on.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
fine.
then fine. Then fine. I'm gonna laugh about it. Like it's a funny story. Like how the fuck does that happen?
I had a dumb question, but I can't ask it because it's slightly racist.
I don't care.
About the object he was stabbed with. You
No.
can probably guess what it is, Keith.
Yeah, all right. Well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, who the fuck does that?
With your brother. I mean, I can understand if it's like maybe a
Well,
stranger.
hold on. There was just an article in the paper maybe about a month ago about a guy who got really drunk and tried to attack his brother, and his brother ended up stabbing him and killing him. Because in self-defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Let's see. Wayne Static, who died last year, he was fronting like Static X and stuff. It came out that he died from drug and alcohol, basically. He took a oxycodone with a whole bunch of alcohol, and then didn't wake up. So there you go. He took a lot of Xanax and stuff because he had panic attacks all the time. So yeah, sounds like he wasn't in the best place. So that does suck.
Alcohol and pills don't mix.
Yeah, they do not. Deftones is officially recording their album. It's releasing this fall. That's cool. I'm stoked on that. Deftones is awesome. Gorgoroth is releasing their first album in 6 years. Instinctus Bestialis. Whatever the fuck that means,
Instinctus
it's coming out
Bestialis.
June 8th.
Animal instinct.
Really?
Instinctus bestialis.
Yeah, Animal Instinct. Yeah.
Animal instinct.
There you go. Iron Reagan, Angel Dust, and Noise and
Why don't they
touring.
just call it Animal Instinct then?
Because the Latin name sounds cool.
Because they
The
the
Latin name sounds metal.
name
Latin's
Gorgoroth.
the
It's
best
like
language.
we have to be
Yeah.
cool.
Latin is the language of science.
Because
It's
it's
a dead
fucking
language.
black metal, man.
You dress up in this shit.
Yeah. It gets fucking brutal. Cryptopsy, Disgorge, Irma, and Surruption are touring in May.
Get brutal.
That's some brutal shit right there, man. Chunk, No Captain Chunk, Hit the Lights, Forever Came Calling, To the Wind, and In Her Own Words are touring. Do you still listen to Chunk?
Not really.
Not a fan of Chunk anymore?
I just don't listen to them. I don't even know what they sound like anymore.
I actually didn't even know they were still around. I haven't heard anything about them for a while. I felt like they were getting really popular, and then they just kind of...
Yeah.
There's an actual band called Captain Chunk.
Yeah, Chunk.
Chunk, No Captain Chunk.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Who is that from?
Goonies.
Goonies.
Most likely the Goonies.
Yeah. So there you go. Think of movies.
Movies? Not that I can think of. I mean, honestly.
Besides Star Wars.
Besides Star Wars,
So,
not much else happened.
we already
I
had
mean,
that discussion.
people are freaking out because Age of Ultron doesn't have Spider-Man music in it, even though it's even though the only coincidence is that the person who wrote the score for the original Spider-Man movies is doing the score for this.
But
Like,
here's the thing:
But like-
Spider-Man isn't going to be in the movie.
that's what I mean.
Probably.
So it's like,
What was the score?
Wait,
three good movies, 2 shitty ones. That's
Is
the score.
Age of Ultron, what is that?
It's not really an age. It's just like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably
I
actually
mean,
just
what
an
is
hour.
that a movie?
Yeah, it's a
Age of
movie.
Ultron.
It's a movie.
What is it?
It's the new Avengers movie.
Second.
Oh, is that? Oh, it's called Avengers. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, what
But
the
it-
hell's that? It sounds like
Yeah, but that's
some sci-fi.
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. It's not really an age. He'll just be there for like an hour probably.
There are no strings on.
There are no strings on me. I can't do James Spader. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to some cool things that came out. These things are out now. You can buy them with your own money.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rogue is on the PC. Should have came to the PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know what.
It will eventually.
Probably. Atelier, Shally, Alchemist of the Dusk Sea for the PS3.
Alright, cool.
City Skylines for the PC. That game sounds like it's what SimCity was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay,
Last
gotcha.
SimCity. Apparently it's pretty cool. DMC, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition for
I
the
just bought
Xbox One, PS4. Yeah, that game does look cool, so I might pick that up sometime. Flame Over for the Vita.
What
Haven't
about
heard
Flame
of
On?
that.
What about Flame On? It's Flame On.
Yeah.
Like,
Sweet, you said that. Flame over.
Flame over, man.
Flame Over, asshole.
Flame over, man. What
Um,
movie is that?
Oh,
Come on,
oh,
you
I
said
know this movie.
it's Aliens.
Yeah. Game over,
Sit-
man.
sit the
Game over.
Sit the fuck down.
yeah. Hotline Miami 2 for the PS4, PS3, Vita,
Sure.
PC. This game looks like a lot of fun. It's just violent as shit. It's just seriously violent, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
Mushroom Man Truffle Shuffle for the Truffle
Trouble.
for the PC. Haven't heard of that game.
Do the truffle. You can't come in until you do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Let's see. Episode 3 of Resident Evil Revelations 2 is out, so that means that game's ending next week.
on every system ever.
Yeah.
Good.
Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition is out.
And they already put out, like, I know, they put out a collector's edition.
Why does every game have like an ultimate and collector's edition?
What they do is they put out the main game first, then they put out a shitload of DLC, and then they put it all together.
And then you can buy it.
So if you want all the content, you can just wait a couple months and then.
And then pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's probably how much it would cost, because by that time the game's going down a lot in
Like
value.
there's the legendary edition of Skyrim. It didn't come with all the DLC
Yeah.
originally.
But I mean, I get that, but like, it seems like every game, man.
Yeah, exactly.
like-
They're just trying to.
Squeezing
more
every
money.
dollar out of.
Yeah,
It's basically for people who don't want to pick up the game immediately. It's like, oh, I heard this game was actually really good. I'll pick
That's
it
why
up.
I got DMC. I didn't really play it a whole lot on the 360, but now I have the game and all the DLC.
Yeah.
And it works much better and it's 60
Yeah.
frames per
They're
second
just
now.
kind of trying to sell the game to you again, and also they're just trying to keep. I would assume they're just trying to keep the game a little bit more relevant as well by putting it out on the store shelves, giving it
Yeah.
another week to sell.
Come up with some new names. It's always like completed in this and
Complete Edition is the worst name.
Yeah.
like complete edition.
Like,
What
I
was that one called?
Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate edition.
Definitive edition.
It's like
But Definitive Edition I'm okay with because it's like, yeah, this is the way to play this
call
game.
it like Sniper and some other shit.
Yeah.
Edition.
All the Sniper Elite 3 shit, that's what they should call
And
Yeah.
though you get like a free sniper rifle.
it. Yeah. A real sniper.
Yeah. Don't give it to
I
Scott
kind of want
Sniper.
to get Sniper Release. Maybe I'll think about that.
I want to get that Zombie Army trilogy, but it's $40, and I don't want to pay $40 for it, but it actually looks really fun.
Or Zombie
It's
Army.
like Sniper Elite, but zombies. So it kind of looks fun. Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters for the PS3 and the Vita.
Okay.
Ori and the Blind Forest for the Xbox One PC.
Game's
If you
gorgeous.
have an Xbox One or PC, it's also coming to 360 later this year. Buy this game. This game is seriously incredible. It's Metroidvania style. I've never really played a game like that.
Metroidvania.
It's really, really
Sounds
hard. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Its story is fantastic. It's so unique, and it just in the first 5 minutes it grips you the way like The Last of Us does, or Mass Effect 3. It's seriously incredible. This game will probably never come to PlayStation 4, so find a way to play it. Microsoft published this game, so it's incredible.
So we know it's never coming to PS4.
Probably, yeah.
Most likely, unless Microsoft, gets smart.
Yeah. But I don't see it.
Unless it's some like exclusive deal
Maybe.
or
For now.
something, kind of like with Mass Effect was how that was. So,
Yeah.
Sid Meier's Starships.
Is that
on
the game where you,
PC
is that that game where
iOS.
you can buy lots of starships and then some people spend a ridiculous amount of money getting really good ships?
No,
Or is
that's
that a
Eve
different
Online.
game? No, there's a different game. There's a game that's not out yet that you can put a lot of money in. Like somebody put in like $300 to get a nice ship, and the game's not out yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It might
I know this is like some strategy game. I don't know. Trine Enchanted Edition for the Wii U, the first Trine, and Codename Steam is out for 3DS. Oh, cool. Music, Cancer Bats, Searching for Zero, Enslaved in Times, I reviewed that, check it out. Psychroptic with their self-titled. It's whatever. Eternal Sleep, Belief in the Truth of Nothing. Harm's Way with Rust. Incubus with Trustfall. Melichesh with Anki, that's a pretty good album. Ovid's Withering reissued Sires of the Abyss, and rounding out released Reckoning. Any other albums come out this
Trustfall.
week?
I'm not gonna fall because I'm afraid I'll break this thing.
Yeah.
Not that I know
Not
of.
that I know of.
Album-wise, yeah.
Alright. Are we ready? Do we have terrible band names this week? Or?
No, not this week. Okay.
Not this week. Sorry.
Although Cancer Bats is a pretty terrible band name.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's all the breakdowns for the week.
Yeah. So
Yeah, as always, like, subscribe, follow.
And
Find us on the interwebs
yes.
and various other outlets.
Yeah.
And as always, blaze it.
See ya.